Hello brothers and welcome to Sigma Old Man Channel. The world was built by people you'll never meet, working jobs you'll never understand. Most men work for comfort. Sigma males work for control. But here's the brutal fact most people ignore. Over 90% of jobs today are designed to trap you in routines, meetings, and office politics you secretly hate. Sigma males would rather clean a shark's teeth than sit in a pointless Zoom call. See, Sigma males aren't allergic to work. They're allergic to chains disguised as paychecks. While most people dream of fancy job titles, Sigma males dream of being invisible while still pulling the strings. So today, we're diving deep into the 20 rare, extraordinary jobs where Sigma males thrive, not because they're glamorous, but because they give them what they crave. Freedom, silence, and sometimes a paycheck that doesn't come with a soul-sucking boss breathing down their neck. This isn't your average be a freelancer or start a tech startup list. These are the careers built in the shadows, where power lives quietly, and Sigma males feel right at home. Ready to see where the real players operate while the world keeps chasing trends? Let's go. Number 1. Dark psychology researcher. While most people study psychology to help others, Sigma males dive into its darkest corners to protect themselves and outmaneuver anyone who tries to control them. They don't study leadership to motivate teams or give TED Talks. They study it to break down how influence really works when nobody's pretending to be nice. They'll read about cult leaders, tyrants, manipulative CEOs, and propaganda architects, not because they admire them, but because they want to understand how people become puppets without realizing it. While others focus on inspiring people's best selves, Sigma males focus on defending themselves against emotional hijacking, manipulation tactics, and social engineering traps. They'll analyze how groupthink turns normal people into blind followers. They'll study why people crave authority figures and why most humans surrender their freedom the second someone promises them comfort. They don't see human nature as beautiful. They see it as dangerous when left unchecked. And here's the key difference. Sigma males don't use this knowledge to build a fan base or start a cult of their own. They use it to stay immune, to resist false leaders, to walk into any room, instantly see who's pulling the strings and decide whether it's worth playing along or tearing down the game entirely. They'll sit quietly in meetings, watching who needs constant validation, who subtly manipulates others, and who's hiding behind charm. And while everyone else is caught up in fake smiles and shallow compliments, the Sigma male is silently decoding who's actually in control. This kind of research isn't glamorous. You won't find Sigma males quoting it on Instagram or writing self-help books. It's lonely work. Long hours reading dry academic papers, decoding propaganda speeches, and studying human weakness without flinching. But it gives them something rare: mental armor. In a world where most people are emotional prey, the Sigma male becomes emotionally bulletproof. Not heartless, but unbreakable. Not manipulative, but untouchable. They don't study the darkness to spread it. They study it so that no one can ever use it against them. Number 2, silent investor in war economies. Most people play it safe when it comes to making money. They buy stocks, maybe some real estate, or dabble in crypto thinking they're being bold. But Sigma males, they invest where the average man wouldn't dare look, right in the heart of chaos. War economies, global instability, places where most people see destruction. Sigma males see opportunity hiding in plain sight. While others panic when countries collapse, Sigma males quietly study which industries skyrocket during conflict: arms manufacturing, surveillance technology, rare earth minerals needed for defense systems, logistics companies that transport military supplies, private security firms guarding VIPs in war zones, even water and food distribution networks in crisis areas. They don't care about the headlines or public outrage. They follow the cold, hard patterns of human conflict and profit from the certainty that war never truly ends. But here's what makes them different from your typical ruthless investor. Sigma males don't broadcast what they're doing. They aren't out here bragging about their portfolio on social media or writing books about how smart they are. Their moves are silent, surgical, and deeply strategic. No flashy conferences, no business panels, no fake humanitarian speeches. Just quiet transactions through trusted intermediaries, off-the-record meetings and private deals that never reach the public eye. This isn't about being evil, it's about understanding the brutal reality of the world. Wars have been fought for thousands of years, and they'll keep happening whether someone profits or not. Sigma males don't waste time crying about the unfairness of it. They learn the game as it is, not as they wish it was, and they play it with a cold, calculated edge. While the world watches conflict on the news, Sigma males watch supply chains, weapons contracts, and resource movements. They aren't rooting for war, but they're smart enough to prepare for it and capitalize on the inevitable aftermath. This job isn't glamorous. It's not something you put on a LinkedIn profile, but it's one of the rare paths where a Sigma male can stay in the shadows, move the levers of power quietly, and build generational wealth without ever stepping into the spotlight. Because in a world addicted to noise, the silent man who profits from chaos is the one truly in control. Number 3, crisis consultant for Fortune 500 failures. Most people rush to save a sinking company's public image. Sigma males couldn't care less about headlines. They walk straight into the burning wreckage of Fortune 500 companies, not holding fire extinguishers, but scalpels. They're not interested in fluffing up the brand's reputation or writing carefully worded apologies. They're there to cut out the rot, no matter who gets offended. When a corporation is collapsing, whether through scandal, corruption, leadership failure, or pure incompetence, Sigma males don't panic. They dissect the problem like a machine. While executives are still arguing about who to blame, the Sigma male is already mapping out who stays, who goes, and which parts of the company need to die for the rest to survive. They don't get emotionally attached to the company's history, its culture, or its family values. To them, it's all noise if it doesn't serve the bigger mission. Their cold clarity terrifies weak leaders because Sigma males will question sacred cows that nobody else dares touch. Legacy products gone, bloated management layers cut, leaders who've been coasting on charisma instead of results fired without hesitation, and they don't stay long. Sigma males aren't career consultants trying to milk billable hours. They enter when everything is falling apart, rebuild the core structure, and leave before bureaucracy grows back. They have no interest in sticking around for holiday parties and employee appreciation weeks. Once the machine runs efficiently without them, they vanish. They're like the surgeons you call when every other doctor has failed. Their bedside manner is brutal, but they save the patient. And unlike PR firms that spin stories for the public, Sigma males rebuild companies from the inside out because they know that appearances mean nothing if the core is broken. This is not a people-pleasing job. It's a lonely one surrounded by resistance, politics, and fragile egos. But Sigma males don't care. They're not there to be liked. They're there to rebuild power structures that actually work, even if it means tearing the old ones down in front of everyone. By the time they leave, the company is unrecognizable, but it's alive and stronger than before. Number 4, autonomous systems architect, AI, drones, robotics. Sigma males don't build technology for hype or applause. They build it to remove the middlemen of incompetence. In a world where too many managers survive by holding pointless meetings and micromanaging talent, Sigma males create autonomous systems, AI, drones, robotics, that erase the need for weak leadership altogether. They aren't interested in creating gadgets that make life slightly easier. They're focused on building systems that don't need human permission to operate. Fully autonomous supply chains, surveillance networks that don't require a chain of command, robotic fleets that adapt to their environment without constant human oversight. They aren't improving industries, they're replacing the people slowing them down. What drives them isn't innovation for innovation's sake. It's the brutal efficiency of cutting out human error, ego, and laziness from essential processes. They see traditional leadership structures as fragile empires built on emotion, bias, and insecurity. And nothing satisfies a Sigma male more than replacing those fragile empires with code that doesn't complain, lie, or fail from burnout. And here's what really makes them dangerous. They don't parade their work on social media or try to become tech celebrities. While other techies chase funding rounds and product launches, Sigma males stay quiet, perfecting systems in the background that quietly take over operations in defense, logistics, finance, and surveillance. By the time the public notices what's happening, human managers are already obsolete, and no one knows who built the tools that replaced them. They aren't anti-human, they're anti-inefficiency. In their mind, if a human adds no strategic value, why keep them in the loop? Emotion-driven leadership slows things down. Autonomous systems don't care about office politics, diversity quotas, or ego-driven decision-making. They execute. And that's what Sigma males love: pure execution, quiet, powerful, unstoppable. While others talk about the future of work, Sigma males are engineering the systems that will run it, with or without us, and they'll walk away before the world realizes who pulled the rug out from under its feet. Number 5, deep-sea commercial diver, repair salvage missions. Deep-sea commercial diving is not some romantic underwater adventure. It's cold, dark, and brutally dangerous. But for Sigma males, it's perfect, because down there, miles beneath the surface, there's no noise, no politics, and no fake smiles. Just the hum of your oxygen supply and the constant awareness that one wrong move could kill you. Most people would crumble under that pressure. Sigma males thrive in it. They find peace in the isolation, clarity in the danger. While the world above is drowning in endless meetings and corporate nonsense, they're alone with their thoughts, fixing critical infrastructure that keeps economies running: oil rigs, underwater pipelines, salvage missions worth millions. And they don't do it for glory. No one down there cares about LinkedIn achievements or Instagram travel pics. The work is invisible to the world, and that's exactly how Sigma males like it. They're not looking to be admired, they're looking to be free. Free from human stupidity, free from small talk, free from systems designed to waste their energy. The job is pure survival and precision. You either fix the damaged pipeline before the oxygen runs low, or you don't. You either recover the sunken asset, or it's lost forever. No one's going to save you if something goes wrong, and Sigma males wouldn't want them to anyway. They trust their own skills, their own mind, and nothing else. And the money, it's great, but the solitude is better. Sigma males could take easier jobs for the same pay, but they'd rather be in an environment where no weak leader can screw things up for them, where the only challenge is the environment itself, not some clueless manager hovering over their shoulder. It's extreme, it's unforgiving, and it strips away all the unnecessary noise of modern work life. For the Sigma male, that's not a downside, that's the reward. Number 6, corporate ghost CEO, interim leadership fixer. Most CEOs want fame, legacy, and admiration. Sigma males want none of that. When a company is falling apart, whether from bad leadership, toxic culture, or complete strategic failure, the Sigma male steps in as a ghost CEO. No press releases, no victory speeches, no long-term contract, just pure, ruthless execution. They don't take the job to bask in titles or corner offices. They take it because broken systems irritate them. They can't stand watching incompetence destroy something with potential. So they walk in, strip away the noise, fire the parasites, cut the fat, and rebuild the core. They don't waste time on fake culture-building exercises or inspirational speeches. They fix what matters. Align the product with market reality. Replace weak leaders with quiet assassins who get things done. Stop burning cash on useless projects. Restore respect, not through words, but through clear, decisive action. And the second the ship is steady again, they're gone. They vanish before the politics return, before people start clinging to comfort again, before bureaucracy starts creeping back in. They don't care about enjoying the fruits of their labor. That part bores them. The thrill is in the rebuild, not the routine. Sigma males hate becoming part of the furniture. They are designed to be the storm that resets the system, not the sunshine that sticks around after. They aren't there to be loved. Half the people in the company probably resent them. But when the dust settles, those same people realize without the ghost CEO, the company wouldn't have survived. What makes this role perfect for a Sigma is the temporary nature of it. They control their entry and exit. No one owns them, and no one can trap them in endless meetings once the job is done. They leave behind a stronger, leaner, smarter company, but no statue, no glory, no legacy speeches, just a power structure that works, and a CEO chair left mysteriously empty again. Number 7, covert strategist for high-stakes negotiations. In most negotiations, you see the CEOs, lawyers, and public figures shaking hands for the cameras. But the real power? It's sitting quietly in the back room, unseen and unheard. That's where the Sigma male operates, as the covert strategist nobody invited to the press conference, but everyone secretly fears losing to. Sigma males don't waste energy on appearances. They study power structures, human weakness, and leverage points before they ever walk into a negotiation. While competitors are obsessed with deals, Sigma males are obsessed with pressure points. They know exactly who's desperate, who's bluffing, and who's too emotionally attached to walk away, and they exploit those blind spots without leaving fingerprints. Governments, Fortune 500 giants, and shadowy private entities hire them when billions are on the table and reputations are at risk, oil rights in hostile territories, technology mergers that will reshape industries, defense contracts that could shift the balance of global power. This is where Sigma males thrive, silent wars where the currency isn't just money but control. They aren't the ones sitting at the table arguing over terms. They're the ones who prepared the chessboard 3 moves ago, controlling what options the other side even thinks it has. They orchestrate deals through whispered channels, side agreements, and unseen alliances. By the time the official negotiators sit down, half the game has already been played and lost. They don't do this for fame. You'll never see a Sigma male writing a book about the art of the deal. They hate public attention because exposure weakens power. They prefer to let others take the credit while they quietly secure what really matters, influence over outcomes no one else even noticed. And when the deal is done, they don't stick around for the celebration. They disappear before anyone can figure out how they pulled it off. The CEO gets the headlines. The Sigma male walks away with the leverage, and the next job already lined up, where silence is power and the stakes are even higher. This isn't business as usual. This is power without applause, control without visibility, victory without noise, and that's exactly where Sigma males feel at home. Number 8, intelligence analyst in gray areas, corporate or political. Most people think of intelligence work as spies in tuxedos and car chases. That's fiction. The real power players are analysts buried in data streams and confidential briefings, spotting patterns no one else notices. Sigma males fit this world perfectly. Not the flashy side, but the silent gray zone where real influence happens without anyone knowing who pulled the strings. They're not in it for patriotism or loyalty to a company. They're in it for clarity. While the public argues over news headlines, Sigma males are tracking raw signals. Sudden stock shifts before political unrest, covert partnerships between rival corporations, or digital footprints that reveal an upcoming hostile takeover. They don't wait for permission to think. They already know what's going to happen before most people even realize there's a problem. This is the gray area. Not strictly legal, not strictly illegal, but deeply strategic. One week they're monitoring cyber attacks targeting financial systems. The next they're analyzing which government contracts are quietly favoring one defense company over another. It's a shadow war of influence, blackmail, market manipulation, and predictive control. And Sigma males love it, because it's not emotional. It's precise. They don't crave the credit. In fact, they avoid it. Their reports might land on the desks of CEOs, government ministers, or intelligence chiefs, but no one outside the inner circle ever knows who wrote them. Their work shifts stock markets, prevents wars, or triggers them, but they never appear in the history books. And that's exactly how they like it. Unlike most corporate employees who follow orders, Sigma males question the entire system. They don't take intel at face value. They cut through the lies, propaganda, and staged narratives to find what's actually happening beneath the surface. And they weaponize that truth, whether it's to protect their organization, outmaneuver a competitor, or gain personal leverage. They sit in the background, disconnected from the noise, focused only on results. And when their analysis changes the course of a billion-dollar deal or averts a national crisis, they don't celebrate. They log off, close the file, and move on to the next shadow battle no one will ever see. Because in their world, being invisible is the ultimate power. Number 9, wilderness survival instructor for the elite. Sigma males aren't drawn to crowded conferences or motivational workshops. They find meaning in places most people wouldn't survive a single night. That's why some of them quietly carve out a rare niche as wilderness survival instructors for the elite. Not your average tour guide or outdoorsy influencer. These are the men who teach billionaires, covert military units, and high-profile celebrities how to survive when money, fame, and status can't save them. They don't do it for recognition. They do it because nature has no politics, no fake smiles, and no small talk. Out there in brutal wilderness, you either adapt or you die. It's the purest environment for a Sigma male to thrive and teach. And it's not some kumbaya campfire retreat. These sessions are brutal, practical, and ego-shattering. Sigma males teach the wealthy and powerful what to do when helicopters can't reach them. when phones have no signal and when bodyguards can't protect them. They strip away luxury and force their students to face their soft underbellies, their dependency on comfort, routine, and other people. The best part, Sigmas maintain complete control. They choose who they teach, when and how. They're not bound by corporate rules or government contracts. 1 month, they're guiding a tech billionaire through Arctic survival drills. The next, they're prepping a covert ops team for jungle warfare. Then they disappear back into solitude until they choose to re-emerge. Teaching survival to the elite also gives Sigma males an unusual advantage: access to powerful circles without being controlled by them. They're respected because of their rare skills, not because of networking or social climbing. In fact, many of their clients admire them precisely because they can't be bought, bribed, or owned. It's a rare position of influence, guiding the powerful while staying free of their games. And when the training is done, the Sigma male doesn't hang around for the after-party. He vanishes back into the wild where life makes sense and silence is sacred. For him, the wilderness isn't just a job. It's a sanctuary where the noise of the modern world can't reach him, and where his students finally realize that, stripped of everything, survival is the only real power. Number 10. Shadow brand architect. Sigma males aren't the faces of brands, they're the minds that design them. While most entrepreneurs chase viral fame and social media likes, Sigma males sit in the background, crafting powerful brand identities that shape culture without anyone knowing who built them. They study human desire, insecurity, and tribal behavior the way a hacker studies a system for vulnerabilities. They know exactly how to create brands that people don't just buy, but worship. Cult-like followings, lifestyle movements, underground hype. They build narratives that hook into your identity, not just your wallet. And while customers are obsessing over logos and slogans, the Sigma male is already 5 moves ahead, engineering the next obsession. You'll never see their name on the Forbes list. They don't want it. Fame is a distraction. What they want is influence without exposure. They let influencers and CEOs take the spotlight while they pull the strings from behind the curtain. They don't sit on stage giving keynote speeches. They're the ones writing the speeches. They aren't the viral face on TikTok. They're the quiet mind that designed the campaign that turned millions of followers into loyal buyers. Their brands aren't about shallow trends, they're about creating movements. Whether it's a fashion label, a disruptive tech company, or an underground lifestyle brand, Sigma males know how to make something feel bigger than a product. People don't just buy, they belong. And the best part, if the brand burns out, the Sigma male simply walks away and builds the next one. No emotional attachment, no drama. They aren't tied to a single company or industry. They move where the cultural energy shifts, creating new icons as old ones fade. This is power without attention, influence without applause. While the world worships the product, the Sigma male disappears into the shadows, already designing the next cultural wave no one sees coming. In a world addicted to personal brands, Sigma males build impersonal empires, where the ideas shine but the architect remains invisible. That's where their true power lives. Number 11. Ethical hacker for intelligence agencies. Sigma males hate pointless rules but love difficult problems. That's why ethical hacking for intelligence agencies fits them perfectly. This isn't the Hollywood version of hacking where someone smashes a keyboard and yells, "I'm in." Real-world ethical hackers work in silence, often for months, cracking systems that were supposed to be unbreakable, and they do it without anyone knowing who they are. They're not corporate IT guys trying to protect some company's website. Sigma males break into classified networks, encrypted government servers, and critical infrastructure systems that most hackers wouldn't dare touch. They aren't criminals. They work for intelligence agencies. But their loyalty isn't blind patriotism. It's the pure satisfaction of beating the hardest systems built by human hands. The Sigma male thrives here because the job is isolated. No useless meetings, no office politics, no constant reporting to clueless managers. They operate in secure rooms, often alone, working on black-budget missions where success means nobody outside a small circle ever hears what happened. That's the kind of environment where they feel most alive. Quiet, complex, and completely detached from the public eye. What really hooks them is the mental challenge. Every system they attack is like a puzzle hiding layers of deception and defense. Firewalls, encryption, behavioral AI defenses. It's a never-ending chess match. And Sigma males love it because the system fights back, unlike most of life where mediocrity prevails. They aren't just hacking for access. Sometimes they're tasked with leaving no trace. Other times they quietly plant back doors for later use. Occasionally they're even asked to create false footprints, making it look like someone else carried out the attack. It's not about brute force, it's about psychological warfare in code. And when the mission's done, they log off, wipe their traces and disappear. No awards, no press conferences, no LinkedIn bragging, just the quiet satisfaction of knowing they cracked what others couldn't. Their name never leaves the encrypted reports, and that's exactly how they want it. Sigma males aren't motivated by corporate ladders or public praise. They crave mastery, autonomy, and invisibility. Ethical hacking for intelligence agencies gives them all three. It's a job where the brain wins, not office politics, where the work matters, but the worker remains unseen. In a noisy world chasing recognition, the Sigma male leaves no trace. But the impact of his actions echoes silently in global systems most people will never know existed. Number 12, luxury asset recovery agent. When billionaires lose something priceless, a stolen yacht, a vanished private jet, a rare artifact snatched by criminals, they don't call the police. They call someone who doesn't play by the rules but knows how to get results. That's where the Sigma male steps in as a luxury asset recovery agent. This isn't repo work. This is navigating the shadowy world where pirates, smugglers, corrupt officials, and black market dealers hold power. Sigma males thrive here because they don't fear unpredictable people or chaotic environments. They walk into places where reputations mean nothing and only results matter. Unlike bounty hunters or mercenaries looking for a fight, Sigma males use strategy, negotiation, and leverage. They know when to apply pressure and when to disappear into the background. Sometimes they outwit the thieves through intelligence networks. Sometimes they negotiate directly with criminals. Other times they pay intermediaries in secret, retrieving the asset without anyone ever knowing how it was done. This job is perfect for Sigma males because it's not about following laws. It's about understanding power in lawless places. They have no boss, no team meetings, and no scripted protocol. Every mission is different, every player unpredictable, and they prefer it that way. The best part? They don't do this for media headlines or heroic praise. In fact, most of their biggest wins never reach the public eye. The billionaire gets their $50 million yacht back, thanks them privately, and life moves on. No one knows how it happened. And that's exactly how the Sigma male likes it. They're not driven by greed. The payment is good, sure, but it's the mental game that excites them. Outthinking pirates in Somalia, negotiating with black market brokers in Eastern Europe, or tracing a stolen jet through shell companies and hidden airfields. These are puzzles that most people wouldn't even dare to solve. While others avoid chaos, Sigma males use it as their playing field. And when the job is done, they don't stick around for champagne celebrations. They vanish, waiting for the next quiet call from another powerful person who's lost something the world was never supposed to know was gone. That's the Sigma male's world. Silent victories in places where most people wouldn't even survive. In a world where most people chase job titles, applause, and corporate validation, Sigma males move in the opposite direction. They don't follow the crowd. They study the system, master it quietly, and then build a life that gives them what they value most: freedom, control, and silence. These aren't ordinary career paths. They're not jobs that win popularity contests or earn hashtags on social media. They're roles that demand independence, mental sharpness, and the willingness to walk alone where others won't even look. Sigma males thrive where complexity meets solitude, whether it's beneath the ocean, behind encrypted firewalls, in corporate ruins, or designing the very machines that will replace traditional power structures. They aren't chasing money for status. They aren't chasing fame for validation. They're building quiet empires, solving impossible problems, and removing themselves from systems that waste their time and drain their energy. In a noisy world addicted to recognition, the Sigma male builds influence that no one sees, but everyone feels. And if you've ever felt like you don't fit the regular career mold, maybe that's because you weren't meant to. Maybe you were built for something rarer, quieter, and infinitely more powerful. If this message hit you where you live, don't forget to like, comment, and share your thoughts below. And if you want more brutally honest insights like this, hit that subscribe button and join a growing tribe of thinkers who refuse to play by society's broken rules. Until next time, stay sharp, stay silent, and never let the world tell you how to move.